There are many good scholars that record these experiences and explain why we are still walking and we are yet to find a resting place. We have wandered long enough. We must stop. 50 years after his overthrow, Kwame Nkrumah still invites extreme reactions in some in this country. Some either love or hate him. The pendulum has yet to find its resting place in the middle. Maybe it might not for a while. But who are we talking about? Are we talking about an icon, an enigma, a visionary, a nationalist, a Pan-Africanist, whatever you want to call him, and others? His memory still clings to the national consciousness, and by itself, it speaks volumes. This man was also human. He obviously did not get everything right, but we must also remember that he did not get everything wrong. We are still discussing him, and his visionary achievements remain second to none, more than half a century after his overthrow. Kwame Nkrumah never dies. Nkrumah founded the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences to bring together intellectuals from different fields. He knew that the problems facing the country are not limited to any one subject. They require interdisciplinary approaches. Long before STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, was to become popular, Kwame Nkrumah had established the University of Science Education, which we know today as the University of Cape Coast, prior to which he had established the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He knew that sciences in all their branches would be important for development. He also abolished tuition fees from primary to university level, so parents would contribute only ancillary costs. To appreciate his economic interventions is to see the subject of quality human development as all-inclusive. There are certain features of economic policy in his era that are worth noting. Osagyefo was a visionary leader who governed with actionable, relatively long-term plans, including the following: the 2 5-year development plans and the consolidation plan. And these laid the foundations for the modernization and industrialization of this country. A skilled labor force was to be trained, an adequate complement of public services such as transportation, electricity, water, and telecommunications was to be rolled out. Even though by 1951, our economy depended on the export of raw materials, especially cocoa beans, there was not a single processing factory for this product. At the time, too, there were very few motorable roads, a very rudimentary transportation system, few hospitals, schools, or clinics. Most villages, if not the larger towns themselves, lacked piped water supply. The success of the development plans showed in the following. We had a road network coming up. Takoradi and Tema harbors had been extended or built respectively. The supply of piped water was getting the needed attention. Ghana's agriculture was getting diversified and mechanized, and above all, the Volta River project, which was designed to provide electrical power for Nkrumah's great social, agricultural, and industrialization program, was almost completed. He considered the dam as the greatest of all his development projects. In that spirit, when Nkrumah inaugurated the Volta River project on 23 January 1966, he had this to say, quote, "As far as I'm concerned, this project is not for Ghana alone. Indeed, I have offered to share our power resources with our sister African states." End of quote. The Pan-African impulse, therefore, resounded in most of the initiatives. Even the Bui Dam was about to start. In education, progress was equally impressive. In 10 years, Ghana had achieved more than in the whole period of the colonial rule, with great increase in the number of children in primary and middle schools, students in secondary technical schools, and colleges of higher education. Nkrumah took the unprecedented step in Africa of making all education tuition-free, as already hinted. Teacher training was accelerated, textbooks supplied free of charge to primary, middle and secondary schools. University education was free. Similar progress was made in health, transportation, energy, among others, communications also. Under the plans, various state corporations and enterprises were to be established as a means of securing our economic independence and assisting in the control of our own economy. These corporations were expected to maintain themselves efficiently, to show profits that to be plowed back. Nkrumah gave special attention to the modernization of